Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Glad to have y'all here. Welcome into another live stream coming at you from the North Texas V1 HQ. You know, I said I was going to be streaming all week, and then just life got in the way. It was one thing after another, but we are finally back live. I thank you for joining me a little bit early. I have something I need to attend to here around noon, so we're going to take a midday break around noon, and then we're going to be back this evening for some Barry Seal logistics flying. But I wanted to start off the day with the FlyByWire 320 Neo once again. I mean, we flew it on the last stream I did, and it made me want to come back for more. So here we are, back for round two, FlyByWire 320 Neo, going from Cabo to Guadalajara. And it's a little bit shorter flight, like I said, because I got some stuff I got to take care of. But I appreciate y'all tuning in. Welcome in. Glad to have you here. David Isaac, a Tools in the House, a Zippy, a Zapple, Callie, a Simmer. Good to see you. Glad you're doing all right. Those fires out there in LA are absolutely wild. Nabil El Hamdoui, good to see you, my friend. Tyson in the house. David Isaac, Team Vodka. What's up, man? Oscar Iniguez, AJ Funari, Tyson's here. Mike. Oh no, I thought it was Mike P doing the chat. It's not here. Milan's here. Vega 13. Fubar's in the house. FO, Pilot, Dispatch, many more. VFD, Virtual Flight Diaries. Good to see you, man. Logo Lights, Eastern 777, and Bomb Tech. And Blackbird Controls joining in there as well. Blackbird Controls, good to see you, my man. Paying, I took a little peek over at your Discord last night. I see some levers that are, looks like they're nearing production there. A little flap situation, a little spoiler situation. It looks absolutely epic. So, can't wait to see that. Vodka says make sure you're using the correct in-sim bindings. I haven't changed it since the last time I flew it, so everything should be good. I did load in with the airplane running, and I had zero issues with the flight control, so hopefully it runs good. Now, one thing, of course, fly-by-wire, I mean, they update the airplane every 37 minutes. I guess I have an out-of-date version. I hope I didn't miss anything big. We're basically flying the same version we flew last time, where we really didn't encounter any issues. The only issue I see here is I can't get the jetway to connect to the airplane, so I don't know what's going on with that. Maybe that's because I have an outdated version. But anyway, Blackbird says they're already released and shipping. Yours will be getting shipped soon, along with some other goodies. Oh boy, Blackbird Controls. Those are already, wow, if you haven't already, you got to check out the speed brake and flap levers from Blackbird Controls. I was watching the animation on, or I guess it's not an animation, the action on how you move that speed brake looks absolutely epic. Something we really haven't seen before in the Honeycomb Bravo add-on market before, so that's absolutely epic. Make sure you go check out Blackbird Controls. Did you read the manual that teaches you how to have the working jet bridges? Nah, I normally just click connect jet bridge and it connects it. And what's interesting is it turned all the lights on. Let's see, I think it's just kind of borked. It's like, yeah, I don't know where you're going, so I can't connect you. But it doesn't bother. We'll just pretend we've got air stairs or something going on there like that. So that's fine by me. Let's go ahead and fire up this 320 Neo. Because we don't have a whole lot of time to just to sit around and chat. But man, it's been a minute. I'm glad to be back live. I'm excited to fly this airplane. And I wound the time back 3 hours, so it's 6:36 in the morning, which is when I would like to stream if I could. But the sim being at the V1 HQ makes that a challenge. So let's go ahead and boot up the aircraft. We'll get the batteries on. We'll go right into external power. Just going to come to life. I do love the lighting. Here's a good point. We haven't really looked at the night lighting in 24 for the fly-by-wire. In 2020, the night lighting on the fly-by-wire was fantastic. Jet bridges can't connect to AMD rigs. Well, go figure, man. Go figure. This is a warning. Sabotage will be imminent throughout the flight. Sabotage will be... Oh, there's always saboteurs here. We even have our own emojis for saboteurs here at V1 Nation, man. Let's go ahead and turn that dome light on. Ooh. That's real bright. We'll turn on the integral lights like so. Oh, yeah, that's too bright. Let's go back down to dim there. A little dim situation. Ooh, that looks good. Let's juice up this cockpit. Let's go floodlight. I tell you what, if we go full integrals and cockpit floods with overhead floods off, we're kind of in that weird transition in the morning where the lighting it's getting bright outside, but not quite bright. You don't need the floods. Oh, that looks juice right there. I tell you what, that looks juice. Time flies over at V1 Nation. Now, Bill, thank you for the support, man. 11 months indeed, dude. 11 months indeed. Awesome stuff, man. Glad to see. Thank you for the support, man. Here's to one more month. Be a full year, dude. Be a full year. All right, up to the overhead. Let's go ahead and get this thing fired up. Crew supplies coming on ground control. CVR test. Yeah, looks good. Captain purse to captain. Get our ADIRs into a line. 1, 2, and 3. Looking good. Strobe auto nav position 1. Let's see. Seatbelt signs can come off. We'll arm the emergency exit lights. As so. There we go. That looks good. Everything looks good. We'll do a fire test here. 1, 2, 3. Wonderful. Everything coming up the right-hand side. PA push button would be out and on. That looks good. Overhead is set. Let's come down here. We'll do a little status recall check. Everything is normal. No faults noted. That's always a good thing to see. In the Neo 2, let's go ahead and check our engine. Well, in all of them. Wow, we got maximum engine oils. There we go. Check our hydraulics. All topped off and looking good. Wonderful. Lone Star, welcome back to Private Pilot, man. Well, Lone Star, good to see you, man. 5686. Good morning, Captain. Good morning, chat. Happy hump day. It is hump day. Wednesday it is. Now, here's the thing. I know I said I wasn't going to fly for the rest of the month. I picked up an easy turn on Friday. I got an easy Friday night turn to hot Atlanta and back. So I plan to stream on Friday in the normal time, maybe a little bit early, maybe like 11 or so. But we won't double up. And tomorrow, my buddy wants to go fishing, so I won't be live tomorrow yet again. So I know I said we'd be streaming all this week, but life's gotten in the way. All right. So we're aligning. That looks good. Let's come down here. FMGC. Let's go database. We need to dim this sucker down here. We got to dim all this stuff. Maybe we got too much juice here. Too much juice. Flood panel, integral lights. Too much. Turn you down as well. There we go. Now we're not blinding ourselves out here with the lights. That looks good. Initialization. We'll do an init request. Do a magic barrel ref while we're thinking about it. I guess I could turn these down a little bit too. Oh, you know what? I forgot to turn on the... oh, my WinWing doesn't work with this, right? The mini FCU. You got to do like some type of update to get the mini FCU to work. Did we have mini FCU last time? I thought we did. I don't know. I don't remember. All right, let's take a look at our fly pad over here. Why is the fly pad so bright? Man, everything. It's like we're in that transition zone from nighttime to sunrise. Let's go ahead and turn you off. That looks good. All right, let's go over here to the fueling. We'll start there. Let's go ahead and download from SimBrief. We're going to do real time. We'll go ahead and start the refueling process. We'll get those guys fired up out there. Now, we don't have GSX, which is fine. Let's take a look at the Cabo Airport here. We got 1.6 and 3.4. What's the weather like today here in Cabo? So let's come back. Gosh, I hate it when I do this. I never understand. I can never figure this dang thing out. Always hit that button. I don't want the overlay on. 260 at 8. What is the ATIS saying? There's no ATIS available. What's the TAF? No METAR. So winds 260 at 8. So now I need to... How do I unchart you? Gosh dang it. I just want to look at the chart. There we go. 260. We'll plan to blast off northbound 3-4. Should we take off 3-4? And this was our SID. Is it runway dependent? Let's take a look at this one. Oh my gosh. I just want to look at the SID. Eastern T3, what's up? Thanks for the £5 donation, man. Appreciate you. Looks like I got to take off southbound there. Have you been given the Fenix 320 Neo? We need the NDA breaking. Phoenix 320 Neo. I have not heard of anything about a Phoenix 320 Neo. That would be interesting. I thought the last time we talked, they said that Phoenix wasn't doing a 320 Neo. I thought the Mir came out and said they weren't doing that. So, I have no idea about a 320 Neo from Phoenix. Thanks for the £5 super chat, man. Appreciate you. And if I did know, if there was a 320 Neo, I can guarantee you Phoenix is not going to let me know with my history of the NDA situation. So, let's go ahead and I guess we're going to plan 1.6 for the departure. So we'll load it up here. Flight plan, init request. Why didn't you bring it? Uplink insert in progress. Why you no bring my flight plan? Why it not uplink? Do I have to? Is it because I don't have a current version? They doxed the. They don't let you uplink SimBrief when you don't have a current version. That's sussy. All right, I guess we got to do it full or. Gotta do it the old school way. All right, here we go. Let's go ahead and do this. We haven't done this in a while. Mike, Sierra Delta. Mike Sierra Delta to Mike Golf Lima. Boom. Return. Call sign is Volatus, VOI. I don't know why it's not VOL. VOI 357 is what we need in there. VOI 357. Cost index, we're going to go 88. Cruise flight level going up to 390. Ground temp is a 12. That looks good. Flight plan departure. It's going to be southbound, we determined, right? So we're going to be southbound 16. And we're on the Aliga. What did we actually file? We filed the Aliga 1 Alpha. So Aliga, ILL, Aliga 1 Alpha. Boom. Aliga 1 Alpha. We'll insert that. After Aliga, whoa, we have a massive 20 gifted membership bomb. Pat, thank you so much, man, for a massive $20 or 20 gifted sub to the channel, man. That's very, very kind, very generous, man. Appreciate the support. If y'all pick up a membership from Pat, please do say thank you here at V1 Nation. That's what we do. Very kind of you, Pat. Really appreciate the support, man. All right, off the airway from Aliga. I got to put this on a different monitor because it keeps closing when I look at it. So Aliga, we're on Upper Tango 75, UT 75. We'll throw that in right here. And from Upper Tango, let's see if this works. I should be able to put UJ14, which is the next airway, and it should auto-populate the link. Uniform Juliet 14. It should put Puerto Vallarta in there. Nope. Wrong fix. PVR. KEDX must be on top of... Aliga, Airways, Upper Tango 75. Sometimes that happens if there's a fix on the same spot, but very rare. Upper Tango 75, Puerto Vallarta, right? PVR. PVR, we'll insert that. I want this one here 290 miles away. After Puerto Vallarta, we're going Upper Juliet 14. We'll take that out to Cassup, K-A-S-U-P, Cassup, and then that leads us into the 1 Bravo arrival into Guadalajara. So arrival, 29er. There's no star available? What about a different runway? Arrival 11? No star, huh? Interesting. Okay. Arrival, we're going to land on 29er. Very why are the lights so bright? Because it's in that zone where we are in between daytime and nighttime. Alright, so I guess we won't do the Cassup 1 Bravo. We'll just leave that as is. Secondary progress, we're going to put Mike Sierra Delta right here. Perf data and NIT B, we'll leave that as so. We've got our fuel on board, so we'll go ahead and turn these on. Dang, we'll turn this down too as well. This integral light keeps going up to max. Turn you down. Fueling is complete at 12.8. Throw you in the block fuel. We'll get VOR, constraint mode. Get the APU primed and ready, and we'll start the boarding. Real-time load. Begin. All right. Cheers, mate. Just got back to North America. I haven't had a chance to catch up to any stream in the past month. Pat, well, thanks again, man, for the support, dude. I appreciate you. Welcome back. Glad to have you back on. You haven't missed too much. I mean, I haven't streamed the last week and a half. It's been kind of light on the content. I flew for a week straight, and then I had some stuff come up. So, but we're about to pick up the streaming pace. We're about to pick up the streaming pace. All right, boarding is commenced. I'm not sure what this guy's doing over here. Looks like he's missing a ground vehicle or something. Let's go ahead and fire up the APU. Take a listen from outside. Now these are Boris Audio Works sounds on the fly-by-wire. Comes standard, which Boris Audio Works is getting ready to release the 737 sound pack, which if you haven't seen it already, or heard it rather, it's absolutely insane. Alerts. Alerts are muted because of Pat. I had to mute the alerts. What do we got? Oh, Cali Civil.
Bank angle.
Good morning, Cap.
So yeah, my city is on fire. But when you're going to pick up another trip my way?
Not anytime
In and out
soon.
still going strong and lattes are still flowing. Lol. Here's a latte to get you started.
Hey, Kelly
Cheers.
Sibber, appreciate you. You know what? It's 50% off lattes today. I'm going to pick one up before we do the Berry Seal Logistics stream later this afternoon. So appreciate you, Kelly Simmer. Thank you so much for the $10 bank angle check. Do stay safe out there. Your city is burning. I do not plan to go west anytime soon. Matter of fact, my turn Friday night is going out to Hotlanta, so that's eastbound. I picked up another trip that's super easy 2-day, but it's East Coast. It's Baltimore. It's going to be cold, so I don't think I'm going to do it. I might drop that one too. But, yeah, no plans to go west for right now. But thanks again, Callie Simmer. Appreciate you. Do stay safe out there, please. All right, we'll go ahead and start the chrono. Chrono's coming up. We've got 3 minutes on the APU. We'll get rid of we'll turn the flood down just to 1 light. There we go. That looks good. We don't run the Crasher Sim background stuff for the terrain, so we'll leave terrain off. Normally we would have terrain on. We'll set our top altitude here while we're loading. Flight level 390. 390 is set. Constraints on both sides. We're looking good. We'll take a listen. Ooh, look, another Pilatus. AJ Funara, thanks for the 26 months support, man. Appreciate you. V1 streams are Vikings scoring drives. Planned out pretty good, but rarely happens. Hope the namesake's hands are all right. Don't want him on them boys. Oh my gosh. Listen. I don't. What are they going to do with Darnold? Is he going to hit? He only had a 1-year contract, so you think they're going to re-sign him? I don't know. I didn't watch the game. It was the wife's birthday, so we did a special dinner up in downtown Dallas. We went out for a night, got away from the kids. First time in like a year and a half that we were able to get away from the children. Went out, had some nice dinner, and I didn't watch the game, but I checked in. And it was like 24-3 or something like that. I'm like, okay, well, I'm not missing anything. It sounds like Sam Darnold is his usual self. The Steelers assign him. The baggage looks sus. Yes, this is very sus baggage down there, all white. Aviation Blaze, good to see you. Thank you for the 26 months of support. V1, hope you're doing well. I'm doing well, my friend. Thank you so much for the support, Aviation Blaze. Hope you're doing well yourself, my man. Any other Texans fan here ready to get their drums crushed on Saturday? Or dreams crushed? Yeah. Well, see, I'm pulling for the Texans, obviously, because I want to see the Texans do something, but I don't think it's going to happen. Yeah, I really don't think it's going to happen, man. Unfortunately. Wait, it's Texans and Baltimore, right? They're playing the Ravens? Should have a good weekend of football coming up. Are they playing on 2 days? Is it Saturday, Sunday again? Let me check the schedule for football because that might adjust our streaming schedule next weekend. Or this coming weekend, rather. Let's see. Friday and Saturday. Oh, yeah, they are playing Saturday at 3:30. Oh, no, they play KC. That's right, KC. Never mind. KC. Yeah, they were going to get destroyed. That's unfortunate. We might have to do a morning-esque stream. Yeah, we'll see. I get in at midnight on Friday, so I get in. I won't be home till 1 o'clock in the morning on Saturday. I don't know. We'll see if we can sneak a stream in. Yeah, the Chiefs are gonna. The refs are gonna whip up on the Texans, man. I'm rooting for Texans. You want shooting down any hopes for any Texans fans? Well, here's the thing. The Chiefs at least have the best chance of putting Josh Allen out. As a Texans hater, it'll be fun rooting for the Chiefs. What's good thoughts on the Windwing MCDU? Michael Kirk, I haven't seen too much on the Windwing. I saw a little bit of XP-72 flying it yesterday. I think you had the Boeing one. Looks pretty neat, man. I'm really not... I don't know. I'm kind of capped out with peripherals right now. I mean, it's not on the top of my priority list. It looks interesting, though. It definitely looks like an interesting piece of kit, no doubt. I don't think I have space for any more cameras, man. Where am I going to put a McDo camera? On top of the Throttletek? But do you guys want to see a McDo? I mean, it would be nice to have a McDo as a sim player, so you could just fly the airplane and you know, have your view the same and do stuff in the box like this and not have to go down here and be taxiing or flying in blind view. So All right, there's 3 minutes. We'll get APU on. We'll kill that. The packs will spool up here. Get some air to the cabin. Ooh, listen to that. Oh, yeah. Pack sounds for the win. McDo Cam for the win, says Callie Simmer. We'll see. Yeah, I'd be interested to see. You know, I do plan to be at the expo this year, so I'm sure there'll be some McDo's and stuff at the expo. Maybe I'll take a look at them. I'll see what they look like and see if it's worth an investment. McDo is going to be an instant buy for you, and that's yeah, Mickey G. I could definitely see for some. I'm looking at it from a content creator perspective. If I were to buy one, I might just bring it to my home PC and use it, you know, because it's going to make, it's one of those things that's going to make your flying that much more streamlined, like having an FCU and then having a McDo, so you don't have to really be changing views and looking down and doing all this funky stuff. Much more realistic to be able to just put your hand down there, plug something in, and keep flying straight ahead. All right, we are almost loaded up, right? We are looking good there. Packs are on, almost done boarding. I'm running out of mounting options for more stuff. I know about this. Same here, dude. Tristan Ensley, what's up, man? Long time. Watch, first time catching you live. Your videos help me more than you know, and I appreciate that. Glad to catch a live stream. Tristan, glad to have you on board, man. Appreciate that. Kind words. I'm glad that content is something that you enjoy. Always a pleasure to have folks like you stop by and say thank you. So appreciate you, man. The Classy Traveler dropping the $25 super chat. Very classy of you, Classy Traveler. Hope you and the family are having a great new year. Enjoy a few lattes on me. Classy Traveler, cheers, my man. A few lattes will be enjoyed between you and Callie Simmer. I think I'm going to be stocked up for the rest of the month, especially at half price today. Might have to go get 2 lattes, one for each flight of the Barry Seal Stream. Appreciate you, man. Thank you. In 5 years, we'll have enough flight sim toys to recreate a whole Airbus cockpit. That's what it feels like, doesn't it? That's what it feels like. We should probably be on Unicom 122.8. Let's finish that up. 122, we're on that active. Make sure my, yep, that works. Check. I'm going to make sure my sounds are up for Aveo Premium. That checks. How are we looking on the boarding process? Almost done. Almost done. 119. We got 104 on board. Look at these. Look at the views, though. I mean, look at that blue hour. The sun coming up. Looks so good. Uh-oh. Zippy's Apple had my first genuine crash. Smashed into a mountain in Sim. Died on Lake Titicaca. What? When the TBM? How did you manage to crash? How, did you just C-fit? Fly into terrain? Yeah, that's not good, man. Eastern says I have the Korea PU CDU with the interchangeable phases. So Eastern T3, that's what I saw. Is that what XP had initially? I saw somebody, I want to say it was XP, where he had the multiple nameplates, the multiple faceplates. I think that is a great idea. Now, I don't know how any of the pricing matches up or what the price points are, but that to me seems like a really good idea, because now you have one unit, right, and then you just change the faceplate to be a Boeing or an Airbus 757. I mean, that's pretty cool. Quinn Ewers declared for the draft.
Boarding completed.
I don't know if he's ready. Trust me, I like Quinn Ewers, but I don't know if he's going to be that great of an NFL quarterback. The game has changed, man. You got to be mobile, and he's not super mobile. So I don't know if he'll do that good in the NFL, unfortunately. I hope he does, but I don't think he will. It's my prospect. All right, boarding is completed, so we'll go ahead. That's disconnected. We'll get the beacon on. Hopefully they'll close up.
Flight deck. On behalf of myself, your captain, the first officer, and cabin crew, I'd like to take this time to welcome you aboard our flight. We're just wrapping up some paperwork up front here and waiting to receive final numbers from the ground crew. Then we'll be on our way. Flight attendants will be coming through the cabin shortly with a very important safety briefing. We do ask that you give them your full, undivided attention as they review the safety operations.
This guy doesn't sound like a Polaris captain.
We do appreciate your business having you aboard this flight. If there's anything we do to make your flight any more enjoyable, please don't hesitate to ask. Welcome aboard.
Interesting.
Once again, we'd like to welcome you on board.
Oh, I like how the PA came in after the announcement finished. All right, that's all done. Let's go here. Let's go to Cerviches. Close up the doors. Disconnect that. pushback system on. Confirm. Call tug. Tug is going to connect. Cabo traffic. Veloris 357 giving a pushback off gate 4. Made a 180 turn in South America, low vis, splat. Yes. Can't be doing that in the terrain of South America. I think we're going to have fun on Barry Seal Logistics tonight. We got a couple options. I've been doing some at-home flying. We've got some cash on hand. I think we're going to have a good couple flights tonight. I'd like to get at least one. I'd like to get at least 2 solid flights in. All right, we're connected. Tug's connected. If we can push tail right, then we can taxi out, and he can taxi out. We won't block anybody. So let's push tail left. We'll go nose to nose. Oh, before we push, hold on. We need to do the init stuff. So let's come over here. Hold on, wait to our payload. Zero fuel weight is 120.7 and 32.2. 120.7 and 32.2. 120.7, right? Yeah. Hour 31 extra. Wonderful. Alright, tug is connected. And we want to go backward. Cockpit to ground, brakes release, clear to push. Tail left. Flight pad is goated, man. I like this flight pad. It's really nice. What's the app for the cabin announcements? Michael Kirk, there is no app. It comes standard with the FlyByWire sound set, man. It's really, really good. Let's go ahead and slow that tug speed down a little bit. I need to make a turn here. Look at that. I'm basically Blue Games tug driver. Wind wing is also not perfect. They lock it to specific planes. The Boeing one looks like it only works on the 73, not triple. Have to buy a 777. Ah, see? That's where they're going to get you. You want to be able to use it on multiple planes. What's your opinion on the Indibuilds 320 and 330? Av Paulo, I mean, they're super heavy on VRAM, but I enjoyed the 330 flight we did. The 321 is also not bad, but again, they're just not very well optimized. So, all right, let's go ahead and disconnect. Should have enough room if he wants to get out. It'll be kind of tight. I guess he can make that 180. All right, we're ready to start him up. Oh, we're going to start him up after we get to Tipsy Penguin. Tipsy Penguin, thank you for the 20 gifted memberships to the channel, my friend. Very kind, very generous. Sean Connery. If you pick up a membership from a Tipsy Penguin, make sure you say thank you. Very, very kind. Thank you so much for the massive gifted membership here on the channel, man. Appreciate you. That means we're going to have maximum yogas in chat today, right? But we need 250 likes. We need 250 likes so we go packs off. Let's go. 250 likes, we go packs off, and then you can all use your new emojis. All right, we're ready to start them up. We'll go ahead and do the pushback system off now. That's completely disconnected. Dashboard page is up. We're going to go ahead and start engines. Engine mode to ignition start. I'm going to mute my mic. Shh. Turning 1. Literally puts a smile to my face every single time. Dougal McTavish, I didn't say good morning to you, so good afternoon, sir. Always a pleasure to see you here stopping by, man. Hope you're doing well, man. Good to see you, Dougal. All right, we got a good start on 1. There goes the Velarz. Look at these sky colors, y'all. Oh, 2024 has blurry textures. Look at that. This is real life colors here, y'all. That is incredible, especially down here in Cabo. I've done a flight leaving Cabo at about this time in real life. It looks just like this. All right, here we go. Let's start number duh. And we're gonna do max sounds. I'm gonna turn it up for this start, so I'll be quiet. Insane. Turn it back down here a little bit. Absolutely love it. Yeah, I just thought of a new emoji idea. I'm gonna do one of those, you know, the I did that emoji. I'm gonna do it with Boris. Boris's emoji from the Discord with him pointing. It's gonna be I did that. So every time we hear Boris sounds. Oh my goodness, too good. All right, that's going there. We'll arm that. We don't even know what kind of flaps we're doing. Neo's like flap 2, so let's do flap 2. We'll make up our speeds because I don't know how to calculate them in the fly-by-wire. 135, 145, 155. Transition altitude is actually 18.5, I believe, coming out of Cabo, if my memory serves me right. Format air, not 185,000 feet, 18,500. That checks Toga takeoff, right? Are we doing packs on or packs off? We're at 134 likes. It looks like we're going to do packs on, so I don't know. Y'all better smash that like button, see if we can't get ourselves up to a packs off takeoff. Trust me, you want to hear packs off Boris sounds. Readjusting my lights now. All right, that looks good. Let's do a quick flight control check. We'll trim it down, call it 1.1 or so. That looks good. Flaps, or not, flight controls, full up, full down, a neutral, full left, full right, neutral, rudder, full left, full right, neutral. That looks good, and flaps are coming to 2. Cabo traffic, Flores 357, taxi on runway 16. Absolutely wonderful. APU bleed, APU master, taxi lights coming up, brakes released. Let's go to Guadalajara. Let's see, it's 11:06, perfect timing. This flight's only going to be about an hour en route, so quick flight, quick flight.
Traffic, roll Arizona forecast A9 company traffic to runway 24.
Alright, flight controls checked, auto brakes max, takeoff config checked. I will go radar, PWS, auto, TCAS, TARA, 2000. That looks good. I'm going to hit the TO config. There we go, normal, wait for the cabin blue. Just let her roll here at idle thrust, looking good. I like this livery. What is this, soccer livery? The fruit bottom? I'm seeing these guys more and more. I saw them out of Vegas the other night. They were going somewhere interesting, kind of close to where we're going. Wasn't Guadalajara, but somewhere on the western coast of Mexico. And of Vegas. Sim brief for calculations. I guess you could use that. I guess you could do that. Yeah, that's right. How'd you get the throttle working in 24, not recognizing mine at all, sensitivity level not moving? Peter Bach, first off, did you do the calibration in Windows first? Make sure you do your Windows calibration. Follow the steps on the website about how to calibrate. Once the calibration is complete, then you can use my binding video. All the bindings are the same, so use the same binding video I have. Now, here's the thing with 24. If you're saying that the the sensitivity levels are not moving, that is a 24 issue. No joystick will show you the axis in travel in 24. It's bugged. I don't know why. It's super annoying. I understand. So you just have to bind it and trust that it will work, because it will work. And then you set your calibration for the fly-by-wire. You would set that in the settings page here, wherever the settings page is. Go to controls, sim options, and then set your detents up. But in 24, you will not see any axes moving in the settings page. It's really annoying. That's a 24 issue. But it will work, my man. It will work. I'm using it with no issues. Look at that. Look at that. Cabo traffic, Flores 357. We'll be departing runway 16 to the southeast, Cabo. Oh my goodness me. What an absolute juicy morning. And look at the mountains. Can we just pause for a second? Can we get some RIP 2020s in chat? That is the scene right there. All right, nobody was on final. Did we hit our light goal? We did not. Only 156. Man, you guys are asleep this morning. Okay, packs on takeoff, super mid. Why do we not have a? Why is our cabin blue? Y'all better be ready back there. Ain't got time sitting around. Takeoff, all green, cabin signs blue. Check. Line up runway 16. Oh, yes. Overshot. Like a noob. All right, here we go. Let's get out of here. Cabin signs blue, spool above 50. Yoga's in chat. Yoga. Oh, yes. Mantoga SRS, auto thrust bleu. Listen to it, still picking up. Gosh, I love that. Thrust set. 100 knots, check. V1. Rotate. Positive, right? Gear up, fly with. Oh, baby. Oh my goodness. All right, thrust reduction. Nose. Make sure we are thrust climb, the nav, flaps 1, speed checks, flaps 1. And flaps a 0 after takeoff checklist. Bank angle check to the left, disarm the spoilers. Forgot to do that. Big Shiggity pilot, good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well. Good morning to you, sir. All right, we're sped up. We're cleaned up. 250 knots, 10 degrees of pitch on the departure. We got at or below 7. We're going to climb unrestricted. So let's just pull open. Open climb 390 blue. Oh, let's check for spicy engine glow. Yep, there it is. Man, oh, look at that. All the resorts down there. I'm sure we're well off the departure path, but it's all right. At home with pneumonia. Oh, man, McShiggity. Well, here's to a speedy recovery, my man.
Combat traffic, Viva 638, taxi runway 16.
Viva Aerobus. Jeremy, what's up? Good to see you, man. Just joining in. Can you brief me where we're headed? We just departed Cabo San Lucas, and we are headed to Guadalajara, Mexico. Short flight, 1 hour flight time. I gotta go tour the school for my daughter here at 1 o'clock, so I gotta wrap this stream up quicker. That's why we streamed a little bit early too, a little earlier than normal. Imagine Microsoft 2028. I can't even think about what 2020 is going to look like. How much better can it get, though, you know? Will I even be flying 2028? All right, there's 10,000 feet. I forgot to turn all the lights on. Are you kidding me? Wow. What a terror. I guess I was asleep. Y'all were asleep on the like button, and I was asleep on the lights. We took off in ghost mode. Fake pilot. Yeah, we'll have volumetric clouds over the wing at 28, probably. Alright, it's pretty much straight out from here. Let's engage autopilot 1 so we can monitor this juice. Look at D1 flying through the air like he's trying to avoid the cops. What's your go-to coffee drink from Starbucks? Not Starbucks. Hold on, schedule alert, schedule alert. What do we got? Oh, 17 pairings. Oh, because February opens today. Oh yeah, but it's just initial. Hopefully drop a lot of stuff. All right, we're looking good. We're up to speed. We're climbing out. Sounds are coming back down a little bit. Have I tried Say Intentions AI yet? I have not, McShiggity. And there were some people asking me about it at the end of the last stream. I might take a peek at it. I have not tried it out, though. 2024 winter seems too green. Where were you flying at, though, Captain McGee? Because I feel like it's actually not bad. Like, when we flew into California, the colors were exactly right because it's still green there. But when I've flown up into like northern Canada and stuff, it was really like just white snow and dead trees. I don't know, maybe they need to blend the areas more. What I should do is I should do a flight into Texas so we can see what it looks like. It's pretty barren where I'm at. When you have a minute, take a look at the takeoff calculator. You'll see how easy it is to get your perf numbers. Oh, that's right, Don. That's right, isn't it? It's in here. It's in the perf section right here. Duh. And then this sends it off to the thing. I forgot all about that. That's right. So I'm on an outdated aircraft version anyway. It's all right. We'll fly this airplane again. I'm for some reason, so I'm using the new profile we have for our Moza AB9 base. It's pinned in the Discord. And man, it takes all, not that it was overly sensitive. I wouldn't say the fly-by-wire is overly sensitive, but it was maybe more on the more responsive side of things, where you had to use a little bit of a curve to kind of smooth it out around 0. And with the AB9 profile that Team Vodka put together now, it's just an absolute dream to hand fly. And you combine that with the sounds. I mean, this is refreshing. I do enjoy flying this airplane. I mean, after I was thinking last night, what should I stream today? And I just kept coming back to the fly-by-wire. I was like, well, I could do the A400M, could do the like a Sovereign or some type of corporate jet. I'm like, you know what? I really just want to fly the fly-by-wire again. If I get a TCAS telling me to descend and then immediate jip whiz, what should I do? Jip whiz. It's a nasty one. You may miss the airplane. You're not going to miss the ground. Ground doesn't move. Mountains do not move. It's a pro tip. If you play chicken with a mountain, you're going to lose. They do that to us. Some of the nasty examiners will give you a TCAS into a jip whiz. Aren't we told we have to move mountains? All the northern states, if they're snow cover, it's better. Okay, so it's just they're too green. Interesting. Ooh, a pastrami sandwich. Dude, I need one of those. I tried Say Intentions AI a few days ago with their free trial, and I absolutely love it. I don't feel alone in the simulator. I love the funny options for the flight attendants. You know what? Is this okay? Is Say Intentions AI something that we could use in career mode, or would it mess with things? Because that would be, I'd be interested in trying it for that, maybe. The other airplane is getting the opposite command. You're right, Jeremy, right. So both aircraft receive a TCAS, well, in theory, right? So theoretically, Jeremy, if two airplanes get a TCAS and only one responds, theoretically, you should still be safe. But they do talk to each other, right? So, and you can reverse trend them. So, like, if it's right on the limit of a trend, and then let's say one command is to descend, and the other pilot does the opposite of what they're supposed to do, then it would actually reverse trend to your command to climb. Or if they it's not perfect, but it's pretty dang good. As long as somebody is following the TCAS, you should be okay. I hope we don't get an over-reliance on TCAS, because right now we've got the auto TCAS stuff that's starting to hit the line where you literally TCAS blue. You guys saw that on the FlyByWire 380. Ooh, that's a plane we maybe have to test in 24, it's a 380, where we have auto TCAS now in a lot of our new Airbuses. Now, for us procedurally, we have our own SOPs for TCAS, which is still manual flyouts, manual breakouts. So even though some of our aircraft are equipped with auto TCAS, we don't allow it to auto TCAS itself. Now, there are operators, though, that do allow auto TCAS, and in theory, everything works great until they find a bug in the system, right? So, I don't know, but it's a pretty safe system. It's saved a lot of lives, that's for sure. Auto TCAS is also on the 320X. Really, Chaos? Cool. Chaos, I pinged you because I forgot to update, and I was wondering what I was missing, but then I couldn't uplink my sim brief, so I think maybe that's what happened. You guys update this airplane every 5 minutes. So that's all right, though. She's handling beautiful. I did, Bills Mafia, and that's kind of on the topic. I watched that. Did you see the Delta TCAS incident in Phoenix? Everyone's like, oh my gosh, close call. Dude, I'm pretty sure that Delta flight joined the base leg at 250 knots and oversped the turn. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. Those guys were hauling. So I'm like, oh, it's so close, near miss. No, not really. I mean, 400-something feet is not a whole lot of space, but it's still plenty of space, right? Here's one thing with TCAS, and if you want to take this into your sim life as well. So when a TCAS goes off, and this would be a good topic for a longer stream, we could break out the TCAS manuals. You have plenty of time to react, okay? It's not an emergency situation when a TCAS goes off. You're first going to get a TA, which is a traffic advisory. Most airlines will have some type of SOP that dictate, okay, TCAS, so for us it's TCAS, I have control. So, you could be sitting way back here, tray table out, sipping on my latte, just chilling, and then you get a traffic. It's an immediate, put everything down, TCAS, I have control. And you get back to your flying position, you zoom the range down on your ND so you can see exactly what it's talking about. Now, when that traffic goes off, you still have, 2 minutes or something? Like, you still have time before something is even going to trigger an RA. So, it's not an it's not like an emergency rush to do this. It's, okay, get your attention, get in your flying position, what's coming. Now, a lot of times you get those traffics when you're climbing out of a departure. Dallas is notorious for this, going out on the fork or any of those eastbound departures. You've got to level off at 10,000 on the departure. You've got to level off at 11,000 on the arrival. You got guys screaming out at 3,000 feet a minute that they're empty. And you got guys in open descent coming down to 11. You'll actually trigger the traffic quite a bit. So the pro pilots, and this is how you know that you're flying with someone who's in tune, is like, we'll be climbing out, saying pilot monitoring, and we're at 8,000 feet, right? We're climbing to 10,000 feet per the ATC or per the SID, and you'll see a traffic dot out here, and you see the arrow pointing down where he's coming, and you're going to pass the same fix. So experience would tell you, okay, select vertical speed 500, please. You just you shallow off your climb rate because you're going to level anyway. He's going to level. There's no need to, but you can trigger an unnecessary TA alert, which is not bad, but you don't want to accidentally push it into an RA, right? If you just keep screaming up and they keep screaming down, it could lead to an RA. The closest RA, I say closest, but like the worst one I had in Dallas, particularly on this departure, was an RA where it just said level off, right? So, and then it went away instantly. So it was just got real tight. But yeah, it's you have time to react. Don't freak out. Just brace yourself for maybe adjusting the vertical path of the aircraft. Japan 7-4 and DC-10 came a few feet from hitting each other one time. Yeah, there's been some real close calls lately, man. There's been a lot of close calls. Hauling ass on final is something you know well in the sim. I do, yes. Crossing climb command mean? What's crossing climb? Not sure what that means. V1, quick question. Have you flown in a while? So I've been up to the add-ons. Which planes have been updated for 24? Brian, right now, so I'm flying the FlyByWire, FlyByWire 320 Neo, the 380, Just Flight 146, the Fenix, all three, the 19, the 20, and 21, albeit they're not officially supported in the sim yet. They are working fine and dandy. Have had zero issues with the Fenix aircraft. A couple other, the Lear 35, the FlySimware 414, Cessna 310. Might be a couple other GAs that are working now over that are officially supported. But as far as airliners are concerned, I think that's pretty much where we're at. None of the PMDG stuff yet. They're working on their compatibility with, what is it, C++ or something. So. Yeah, TCAS does not know where you're assigned. Yeah, it doesn't. TCAS does not care about your assigned altitude. In fact, the response to an RA is, so first off, TA, traffic. TCAS have control. Then it says descend. So it's autopilot off, flight directors off, and pitch for the commanded descent rate. Because, you know, this turns green and red, and you put the vertical speed in the green. Now, the reason we turn the flight directors off is because the auto thrust is linked to the flight directors. So if you were, let's say you were going into alt star and all of a sudden you left the flight directors on and you push the aircraft down to descend, and the airplane's like, wait, we're descending, I need more thrust to climb, so it's going to thrust up, trying to, if you're in open climb, it's like, well, I need more, or, well, you'd be at full thrust anyway if you have the flight directors on, but maybe that's a bad example. But essentially what I'm trying to say is if you leave the flight directors on, depending on what vertical mode or capture mode that you have going on here, you could command the auto thrust to do the opposite of what you want it to do. So instead of it spooling down in a descent, it could spool up, or vice versa. So that's why it's autopilot off, flight directors off, and then pitch for the desired rate, and then ATC notify. You want to let ATC know that you're complying with an RA. Because of that, it doesn't know where you're supposed to level, and if there's a future traffic coming in, you want to let ATC know that you need some space. So V1, how was the snow in DFW? Any good stories? John, man, it was an absolute blast, dude. So that was another reason I didn't make it to the office, unfortunately. We got like, I want to say we got close to a foot of snow. I mean, we definitely had a solid 10 inches, and then, you know, it was like the perfect fluffy sort of wet snow, like heavy wet snow. I mean, perfect for snowball fights. We built an igloo, snowman. It was crazy, man. It was crazy fun. We had a ton of fun. We played in it every day, pretty much all day. So, absolutely loved it. But yeah, my truck bed was, it filled up with snow. So then we turned it into an igloo by hollowing out the bottom part of it. Pretty cool. 414 stream when? The ultimate berry seal ride. I know. We need to get the 414 running. I haven't flown that in a long time. Andre, this is the FSprojects side stick. It is indeed mounted to the FS, to the AB9 Moza base. Absolutely. Mathis Fisher. I haven't had any issues. The only issue I had is I couldn't load an arrival today. I loaded the departure fine, but I couldn't load the arrival. But I'm also on an outdated version, so make sure you're on the updated version. The last time we flew this aircraft, I had zero issues. But you can see here, if you guys remember the last Frontier livery we had, that was all livery magic. You see how the pylons are a little bit clean here? There's no like rivets and stuff. That Frontier livery pack from Hughes Air West, whoever makes them, fantastic. Best liveries, because it adds all that little juicy detail to the wings. It's been warmer in Canada than the Midwest. The jet stream dipped way down. I know, Dev. It's supposed to get another winter blast this weekend, I believe. Fly-by-wire doesn't get enough love. It's insane that it's free. The only thing I wish they would update is the landing gear physics seems super stiff. The plane never really sits down on landing. Interesting, Randy. Maybe we'll try to analyze that on our landing in Guadalajara today. Thinking about getting Thrustmaster Airbus. Oh, thinking about getting it as a Thrustmaster Airbus doesn't cut it anymore. Agree, Andre. And I've been saying that for a while. Like the Thrustmaster Airbus stuff is just not my cup of tea. It's not my recommendation. Now, you don't have to go all out either with side sticks. I mean, it's a good side stick pack if you want a lot of versatility, right? You can do left hand, right hand. You got buttons and hat switches, so you've got that going for you. For entry level stuff, though, because I've personally used both, the Windwing Ursa Minor is my recommended entry level side stick for right now, just because of how it felt and some of the customizations you can do with the tensioner and stuff. I really think that Windwing is knocking that one out as far as entry level gear is concerned. But yeah, when you want to step it up, FSprojects, most realistic stick in the sim, and there's something new from FSprojects coming soon. I'll hopefully have it here on the channel here very soon to show y'all. Not really at liberty to discuss. Well, actually, no, it's public. So yeah, they are making a version with a hat switch. They've made a few little tweaks. That what they've done essentially from pictures is there's two different side sticks on the 320 series. You've got the exact same version that we have here, and then there's one that's slightly different with a slightly different way the button is mounted, and then they're adding a hat switch on the top. So for those of you that want the ultimate realistic side stick grip with extra functionality of a hat switch. So for me, being a purist, when I fly Airbus, I'm going to use this stick. But for flying, say, the A400M, maybe you want a left-handed stick for fly-by-wire corporate jets or things like that, where you, like the Vision Jet, for instance. But now you can have a hat and a trim switch on a left-handed grip or right-handed grip, whatever you want. So I'm very much looking forward to seeing that. I did speak with FSprojects not too long ago, so hopefully you'll be seeing that here on the channel. I'm going to put it through its paces first and then make some full reviews on it. All right, we're leveling off at 390. Seatbelt sign is coming off. You're now free to move about the cabin. Rail Cowgirl, good afternoon, or good evening, I believe, for you to the info. Oh, sorry, I got interrupted by this guy.
Cruising altitude 4 to flight. As you begin to settle in, I do want to remind you to please keep your feet and elbows clear from the aisle, as the flight attendants will be coming through the cabin with galley cards shortly. Also, one more reminder to please refrain from congregating near the front galley where the flight deck door is located. Thank you.
334 watching, 196 likes. Come on, peeps. I agree, Rail Cowgirl. I agree. I said, look, we're in Bohr sound pack here. We could do a packs off takeoff, and they didn't. Everyone was asleep on the like button. So, but I was also asleep on the lights. I forgot to turn the lights on for takeoff. Did I hear about the Delta 75 that had to evacuate? I did. I'm interested to see the full breakdown. I don't know if we'll get a breakdown of that one because it's not like going to be an NTSB report. I'm not, like I said, we're never going to Monday morning quarterback anybody, but unless there was some indications in the cockpit that they were on fire, at this moment in time, I don't really understand the evacuation. At this moment in time. Because like we've talked about before, we talk about evacuation events. Remember the Frontier flight that landed in Vegas, smoking the cabin, all that? Anytime that you have an evacuation, you're going to have an injury. Probably multiple. Maybe not serious, but you open yourself up to liabilities, right? So we'll see. From the videos, there looks like there's no fire. And it looks contained. Now, they did a fantastic job of getting that airplane stopped dead on center line, heavy snow and ice. I mean, what a crummy day. And those guys did a stellar job of getting the airplane stopped, getting everybody off, getting safe. But I'm just kind of curious why they evacuated on the runway if they weren't on fire. Now, maybe they had indications. Some said the ops said they saw flames, some that they didn't see flames. I mean, the fire truck's right there. Should be talking to the fire marshal. I think that'll be a good incident to kind of see exactly what happened. We don't have enough data on that to really. I mean, at the end of the day, who cares? They evacuated. Everyone survived, right? So it's a win in my book. But you see them evacuating an airplane with fire trucks around it, and everything looks pretty standard. I don't know. I'm not sure. How are you liking the Moza base so far? The other options, such as the Warthog? Samuel, I love the Moza base. The reason I love the Moza base, man, multiple reasons, and I guess now would be a good time to like kind of show y'all. I mean, you guys have all seen this before, but the fact that you can see right here, I'm running our new profile. I just have a different name for it right now. All this stuff is turned off. I mean, look at all this, the effects and stuff that you're going to be able to tune in for multiple aircraft. The fact that you can customize all the aspects of the base to the aircraft that you want, to me, it's like the Swiss Army knife of bases, right? Because you put a grip, any grip you want on there, well, compatible grip rather, and you can make it a helicopter base, you can make it an F-16, you can make it an Airbus. The ability to turn your side stick into any type of aircraft that you want it to be is what's key to me. That versatility, it's kind of like the Bravo in a way as far as the throttles are concerned. Being able to customize your Bravo throttle quadrant into any type of airplane with different engine setups makes it extremely versatile. Which is why I think the Moza is if you're going to save for one add-on for your sim, getting a Moza base is going to give you that flexibility to fly a variety of different aircraft with different effects and tensions, etc. So that's why I firmly believe in the force feedback product going forward. And force feedback's been around for a long time as far as sim racing is concerned. And actually, we had force feedback back in like the early 2000s, which had just kind of died off and went away. I had like the Sidewinder 2 for Logitech, whatever. That thing was awesome. But that's my. If you can save for one add-on, that's what I would save for, because you're going to get so much use out of it. Am I going to get the AnyBuilds Trenton? T. James, you know what? I got an email from from AnyBuilds about the Trenton scenery, which I think I'm going to respond to here. I was catching up on all my emails yesterday. I had like 57 of them just in the V1 email box. And do another Frontier flight out of there. It looks pretty awesome. So I'm going to hit them up at AnyBuilds, see if I can get a release preview copy or something, and do some flying out of Trenton with Frontier. So, how did you fit the rubber around the Moza? So Josh, for this one, I literally just have it resting on top. Let me see if I can adjust the camera angle. So I have it mounted to the side stick like it's supposed to be, but I literally just have it placed on top. Like it's not mounted to anything on the motor. It actually just sits. It sits right. I mean, it just sits right on top of there. So it's not, on the Warthog base, you had a plate that you mounted this to on the bottom, but you really don't need that for the Moza base. And I mean, you guys see it in motion all the time. So I have it set up to the stick, and then I just have it draped over the base like that, kind of like an extra dust cover. But yeah, it does its job, man. Wow, look what kind of islands we got down there. A lot of great white shark breeding grounds down here. Do not want to ditch in the Sea of Cortez. That is for sure. Force feedback is mechanically easy. The software is a pain in the butt. Yes, and that's the thing, Steven. And the more time goes on, the more updates that Moza gets, the better and more intuitive it's going to be. Right now, the Moza software, I've used the CLS to Sim software. I've used another software program that was similar to CLS. I think it's actually the same stuff that the Flight Sim, FLITE Sim yoke uses. I don't have that yoke. And then I've used the Moza software, and I can tell you hands down, bar none, the Moza software is the easiest to set up and it's the most responsive to program. Now, it's still work in progress. I would still like to see some finely tuning things, maybe some more slider options. But it is by far the most user-friendly software I've used for force feedback, and it's come a long way from when I first got the base. It's come a long way. They've been making significant headway on the software for Moza. Did some great sailing and diving in the Sea of Cortez back in the 90s. Really, Dougal. Whew. See any sharks out there, man? Isn't that like Guadalupe Island or something? Or is that on the west coast? I know there's one island out there in the Sea of Cortez where they go, and I think one of the largest great white sharks ever seen on in footage or videotape was in the Sea of Cortez. Big female great white. Pregnant one. Oops. Turn that off. If not the Duke aircraft, what's your favorite twin piston to fly in Microsoft? If not, okay, so I can't pick the Duke. Brian, there's a couple of them. Well, here's the thing. There's really my only other favorite twin piston to fly. If I can't pick the Duke, because it is the Duke, it's the Cessna 310. And the reason that I rate the 310 above the FlySimware 414 is for one reason alone, and that is the fact that you have a consistent wear tracking system with the Cessna 310. The 414 is a much more capable aircraft, much more performance. It can do more stuff as far as avionics, I believe. It's a very highly detailed, wonderful sounds. So I have no shade to the 414, but the 310 to me slightly goes above it because of that. You got to take care of your airplane. It will wear. Also a really cool, sounds kind of stupid feature, but I think it's cool, is when you clean your airplane, much like in career mode now in 24 by native simulation, the more you fly it, the more dirt and wear stuff accumulates on it. So you really feel like you are managing your airplane with the Blackbird 310. So for that reason, I put the Blackbird 310 above the 414. But in terms of capabilities, the 414 has got way more performance and some more capabilities than the 310 does. So the 310 that we have isn't even, it's just a straight up piston. It's not the turbocharged one, I believe, right? Only Mako sharks, as I recall. Nice, man. JM, thank you for the $5 super chat. Appreciate you, my friend. I get pretty slippery in the pool. I get very slippery when I watch V1. Say it again. Thanks, JM. Appreciate the $5 super chat, man. Appreciate you. Hope you're enjoying the content. Enjoying our little flight over to Isla Sorna. No, where are we going? Guadalajara. What's interesting, though, is we do not have an arrival. And someone was saying they had that problem, so I wonder why I have that problem. We were supposed to be on this RNAV style arrival, which we cannot do, so what about an approach? ILS 29. I might have to do a raw data. Full procedure. Looks like there's a lot of, man, this would be an airport to fly the Fenix in here and do some type of arc. ILS Yankee runway 29er. ILS Zulu for 29. This is what we might have to fly raw data. Zulu to 29, 111.3, track outbound on the 123 and turn inbound. Let me see if we can't load up. Let's go next phase. And let's get the weather too while we're at it. Gosh, I always... Let's go weather. 80s, nothing. Alright, METAR, winds are calm. Temperature is 8. Ooh, it's cold down there. QNH 3038. And we'll call it transition altitude. We'll call it 18,000. I think it might be off from that. The approach now, MGL arrival. I got no approaches. Okay, so we're gonna have to do this raw data. Interesting. We'll set up our own minimums here. ILS, where was it? Zulu 29. That's the one we're gonna do. We're gonna hide you. Our minimum straight in is 5310. We also probably need to start down. Yeah, 162 miles out. We're going to need to manually tune this. Let's see if we can't do a RadNav tunage here. 111.3 IGDL. IGDL 111.3 is the freak. That's what we want. Glide slope. Front course 288, that checks out. Okay, so we're going to have to track outbound from the Guadalajara VOR as well. We're going to hard tune GDL. And we're going to put in course 123. We're going to track outbound. Does the fixed info page work? We're going to do the 123 radial outbound. And we're going to put a 14-mile radius around it. Oh, it does. Look at this. All right, so this is kind of cool. Building our own approach here. We'll put you into plan mode. We'll scroll the range down. Let's go to the bottom of the approach. All right, so we're going to fly to the GDL VOR. We're going to track outbound, and then we'll be in Rose Nav for VOR nav. We'll track outbound on the 123, 14 DME. We'll start the turn inbound 288 and intercept back in. That sounds good to me. Let's go ahead and start trickling down. Let's go ahead and set flight level 240. We'll manage the descent, and let's go direct to GDL right now. So let's go GDL before the centerline fix, and now we'll go direct to GDL, insert, navin, and yeah. Commercial time. Can the autopilot fly the VOR radio? No. Not in raw data. Now you can fly it, you will fly it in heading mode. I got the fly-by-wire bug that new changes in airports don't show up as fly-by-wire uses other ways to get the ARAC. Really, Lepton? Yeah, this is the first time I've had this bug. I did update my ARAC. So maybe this is why I don't update stuff. I updated the ARAC before I went live. Now we have issues. Tiny moon sus, where? That looks like a good moon to me. AirMet Zulu for icing is in effect. Key 6, my man. What's going on, dude? Glad you're not catching on fire up there in NorCal. All right, we're going direct to GDL. We want to cross GDL. What altitude? So we can cross over the VOR at 9,000 feet. So let's go ahead and set 9,000. We'll set 9. Let's see if we can't make this a hard 9,000 here. See if we can really mess with the fly-by-wire code. We want that in descent mode. Altitude constraint 9,000. We'll do that in descent. Set you up. Recalculating. There we go. Looks like we're going to join in about 30 miles here. So we're trickling down at a 390. LS push buttons will be on. LS push buttons are up. 111.3 hard tune 288. We're going to track the VOR 123 outbound 14 DME fixed. Turn it back around in heading mode for the ILS runway 29er. Auto brakes are off. Manual brakes, full flaps, full reverse. No questions. Cool. Enjoy the descent. Does that plane have a tablet? Fortnite. This is the 2024 EFB. Microsoft Flight Sim 2024 comes with its own EFB. It's absolutely juice. It reminds me of Avitab back in the X-Plane days. Avitab was great. Oh, but you mean like EFB? Yes, it does have an EFB. Right here. It has a pretty darn good EFB as well. It has all the stuff you need. Does it have landing? Oh, it does. Fill data from OFP. How about from, oh yeah, from OFP. Oh, I don't want to calculate all the slope stuff though. Ain't nobody got time for that. You calculate it, get your landing distance, takeoff distance, pilot monitoring, do that. It's got Navigraph charts. It's got radio stuff. I should put you on that. Cool. I got Hoppy off just because I've never really used it. So there's your main page. All the good infos you need. Down we go. Back in my day, we had Avitab. Dougal, you should see that wing view, the wing view here, with the livery from Hughes Aviation. He's added so much detail to the wing. It looks incredible, Dougal. I mean, it's looking better and better. I remember when the first time we flew the fly-by-wire, and I was like, ooh. It was strictly just the default Adobo model is what it was. Now it's come a long way. It's kind of strange that EFB doesn't have an Iveo Premium option. If you know, you know. Back in my day, we had to lug around all this information in a 150-pound flight bag. That I did, yeah. I think mine clocked in at 86 pounds, 87 pounds, legit. Had to carry all the charts, man. What amazes me most is a flyby-wire. The sounds there are just amazing, 100 times better than any of those. The sounds are fantastic. And Boris is doing 737 sounds, which if you guys haven't heard that, we are going to stream the 7.3 on this channel this week. I wanted to do it tomorrow, but like I said, I got other obligations now. But Friday, maybe you would do a 7.3 stream, maybe, before I go to work. Let's see. Should I tell him we didn't change wing? Well, the texture updates, Chaos. Texture updates. And that Chaos, that Frontier livery, where he puts all the detail on the flap track fairings and even like behind the slats when you extend the slats on the it looks pretty good. It looks better than just default. Or like even the engine pylon, right? Like this used to just be a flat white meh. Back in my day, we only had LA, Chicago, and New York in the sim. Oh, I remember those. Miggs Field. And old Miggs. You know, on the 737-600 tablet, does it have a boarding system on the tablet like fly-by-wire planes? I don't know, Fortnite. Are you referring to the 737 from PMDG? I don't think it's quite like the... I don't know if you can board from the tablet. I haven't flown it in so long, man. We're going to have to try it out. Imagine trying to navigate with paper charts in a plane with a sliding canopy open. Or a window flying open on takeoff. Yeah. Try that. Alright, speed, descent. We just picked up our descent. Sounds are coming up. Chaos, what's going on with this Navigraph bug everyone's talking about? You should fly into Mike Golf Alpha. I think, are you the guy that's asked that like 5 times? Where is Mike Golf Alpha? I'll have to look it up. Much cooler in the summer. Yes, it is. Just got off a Finnair flight in Helsinki. Nice flight, Force. Finnair in Helsinki. What type of airplane was it? 321 Finnair? FSLTL. No, not anymore. Do not have FSLTL anymore. Or I do. I don't remember. I think I have FSLTL. I don't have AIG anymore. Yeah, I think so, Chaos, because that's the only thing I updated before the stream was I updated nav data, and now it's borked. Chihuahua. In Chihuahua, Mexico. All right, Lepton. Ooh, we're starting to get some chop here. Let's go ahead and turn that seatbelt sign on. We'll get some clear air turbulence. Everybody let Turk know. Look at those blurry ground textures down there. So blurry. Oh, it was a 190. Very cool. Dev had a crash of Latin VFR 340 in a lake. Yeah, well, here's a pro tip. Don't fly the Latin VFR 340. Just don't do it. For 24, I suggest using standard Microsoft nav data. They added a lot of detail. I wouldn't know how or where to change that chaos. Sounds too complicated to me. Oh, Mateus Flischer, I was just kidding. My textures aren't blurry at all down there. Look at this. I was just kidding, man. Look at that juice. Make sure you have dynamic, your dynamic quality off. Dynamic quality will adjust the texturing to give you the frames that you're targeting. So it's the setting just above all your custom settings. Easy, you just remove Navigraph nav data folder from your 24 community folder. No, and then it's going to screw up all my other planes, Chaos. It's not my problem. It's your problem. Make it work like all the other airplanes. Unacceptable. Uninstalling. Is this going to make my 380 not work too? Because I wanted to fly that next. I was planning on going to the Flight Sim Expo this year, and I found out my wife booked us a Norwegian cruise line in the same week. Ooh. Well, hey. Cruise or Flight Sim Expo? A cruise sounds pretty nice. Cruise sounds pretty nice. But Travis, yeah, that's supposed to be there. That's the gearbox bump. It is a little over-exaggerated, I believe, on the fly-by-wire, well, on the default Adobo modeled engine. But it is there in real life. Go look up any Leap 1A Neo motor, and that's the gearbox bump. It's because the engine sits so low, it's so big that it can't sit low like the 737 that has a squashed bottom for the gearbox. Similar scenario, except they just kind of bumped this one to the left side. Every time my new PC, when I open 2020, I have to reset the graphics setting game because it looks horrible and blurry. I don't know why. Install 2024. Don't look back, my man. Install 20. Look at these clouds down here. You know how many programs you got to run in 2020 to get these clouds? You need Atmos, you need shaders, you need Zippy Zapple, CTDs. I'm trying to convince the wife so we can all go to the expo. Mickey G, that would be cool, man. I'm trying to convince my wife too, but we're having a baby literally the month prior. So probably not going to be able to bring the wife. Fighter, I don't believe they work independently. Let me check. No, they are still one McDo. One McDo. Now, it says we're on profile, but I'm beginning to have my suspicions. 19,000. We want to be at 9, 11, 33. Yeah, we're okay, actually. We're doing all right. 26 knot tailwind. It's doing its thing. I'll be there since Providence is an hour from you. Nice, Flight Force. Don't slander my settings, please. I crashed because I was tabbing in and out trying to look at your stream. Sure, Zippy. Sure. Dub, I'm trying, man. I'm trying. It's been a pretty good optimized energy descent profile. Idle thrust from TOD all the way down. Alright, so crossing at 9,000, we're going to track 123 outbound. We'll be in Rose VOR. There it is. It's tuned in, looking good. So matter of fact, I'm going to put you... yeah, I'll leave it as is. I'll leave his in nav. Let me brighten up his screen so I can see it better. Monitor his. I could make a PBD if I felt ambitious, but we'll just do it raw data. We haven't done a raw data anything Airbus in a long time. 18,000 feet, Magic Barrel ref. 30 is not updating. 3038. 3038 is set once, twice, and 3 times. Out to 14 miles. Now, one is our slowdown. We're going to slow down, configure. We make the turn inbound. 8,200, 6,200. So we could descend to 8,800 once we hit 14. Continuing descent inbound to 8,200 would be our next altitude. So we'll continue to, we'll configure on the way in. We'll cross the VOR. Let's see if we can't mess with our descent here a little bit. Let's select speed, come back to 250. This is going to mess with our profile. But since I'm not running SimBridge, eat all my VRAM, I'm going to go selected speed, little speed brake to help slow us down here. Altimeters are messed. I'm on 3063. Well, that's peculiar. .3038 is what it should be, right? It says 3020. I don't buy it. We'll go 3038. They're all linked up. 3038 is set. That's what the VTAR says. We're slowing to 250. We're a little high on profile. That's okay, though. We'll take that. Haven't switched to 2020 because of reviews, but your streams make me I forget them. Any plans to stream with a 330? Jean, the 330, you mean for the Inabuilds 330? We might have to take another look at that. We'll see. You can see here my VRAM's getting eaten up when I switch views. 50-90 win. Outside air temp plus 14, really? Plus 14, alright. So it's going to get colder as we descend. Keep an eye on it. Oh, Eastern, that might be right, because I wound the time back. You're right, I did wind the time back. So it's probably slightly off. Get our cams up and ready. Ooh, let's get flight recorder ready. I think Bluebird 75 is going to have a lot of people back in 2020 when it releases. Callie Simmer, I would agree with you if it releases Q1. If it's not out by, when is that? For January, February, March, April, I think it's going to be risking itself to less and less consumers. Because I think we're expecting a pretty big update here, aren't we, for 2020? Excuse me, for 2024. We'll activate, confirm the approach phase. We'll get the lights on. So, if 2024 gets a handful of updates before it's even dropped on 2020, I don't know. Now, I will personally fly it, of course. It's kind of the only reason 2020 is even on my system right now. But, if they released it for 24 first, yeah, it'll be something else. I know they won't, but heaps of people will jump back on 20. Nah, I don't believe it, man. I don't believe it. Especially after the new cards come out, everyone starts to get their 5 series GPUs. All right, 180 on the speed. Speed brakes are coming out. 10 for 9. Look at this juice down here. We haven't flown to Guadalajara, have we? Oh my gosh, that looks so good through the clouds here. What? Cabin pressure, low differential cabin.
Traffic, but I 714.
Expect high cabin, aircraft vertical speed reduce.
X-ray into runway 29, roughly 34 miles.
Flaps 1, speed checks, flaps 1. If scalpers don't ruin it first. Yeah, I know that is going to be a problem. I don't have SimBridge running Tyson because SimBridge eats all my VRAM. I don't know why we're getting a cabin pressure low diff. I'm only doing 500 feet a minute. Like off scheduled descent or something? Coming up to 5,000 feet. Pressurization is in auto. Landing elevation is 5 thou. Cabin altitude 9,100 feet. Oh, maybe. Something's probably not working properly because I didn't update the airplane. I feel like people, I have a feeling people that don't like 24 are trying to run it on a laptop with no VRAM and 8 gigs. True, Andy. That's the thing. You see, I'm running a 4080 Super and I still get VRAM issues with this airplane when I switch views. But here's the thing. It's also a developer thing because the Fenix, I have 0 performance issues in one of the most complex aircraft in the simulator. So I think we're seeing a little bit of 2020 development being forced to be compatible with 24 and it not being optimized for 24 perhaps. But once you get, I mean, once you have a good experience on 24, it's almost impossible to go back, man. Like, it's just so much fun. All right, we're getting ready to cross over the VOR on a heading of 123. So heading mode selected. We will start the turn. Oh yeah, the 380 destroyed my my sim on 2020, dude. Absolutely. All right, we got to go out to 14 miles. I also drew a ring around it over here. We'll back ourselves up. We got to maintain 9,000. Turned a little bit early. That's all right. Didn't want to go right over the top of the field, I guess. Yep, that's the airport below us off our left. That's Guadalajara right down there. If I could just off the wing. Obviously, default airport doesn't look as juicy. Here it comes. Here comes the CDI. Set 1, 2, 3. Now we can go track FPA, or we can do ground track of 1, 2, 3. Which make our lives easier. Close enough. Just use the track diamond over the CDI needle. So we're looking good. We're 1, 2, 3. We're going out to 14 miles. We're at 3.1. We're flaps to 180. At 14, we'll start the turn back inbound. We're inbound will be 288 to join the Loke inbound. I thought you didn't fly default airports. In 2024, everything is default for me, man. Until I have official airports working in 24, everything's default. I know, Andy. I'm stoked for some Barry Seal ops. We gotta make some plans tonight. We buy another airplane because I'm getting tired of spending $100,000 every mission just to transfer my airplane around. So we gotta expand the fleet tonight. We're either gonna get another PC-12, get a Sky Courier, or maybe another PC-24. I want to keep one kind of in, doing some North American ops. Some medium freight in North America is pretty cool too. They've got some cool airports, so we may need to beef up our North America operation and keep everything else down in South America with the PC-24 in Mexico. Flight Sim Guy, install it through the app. But just change your settings. Change your settings to show your 2024 community folder location and your install path. Once you set the settings in the app, it installs perfectly. Look at this, man. Look at this. Real life. Eastern T3 compatible or optimized? Until, and I don't think anything will be optimized or really working in 24 until the marketplace opens up. I am not on CTAF. I'm on 22.8. Cash burning a hole in Barry's pocket. It is, Cali Simmer. It is. All right, 10 miles. Right on the course. You can see here we drew our line out here. Right bang on there. So it says to go to 14 before you start the turn. It's not one of those turn prior. You actually got to hit the 14 DME before you start the turn. There's a mountain at 7,000 feet here you don't want to hit, so that's why you got to stay at 9 until you're inbound. VATMEX is also CTAF now? Gross. Might be time to fire up Iveo Standard again. Alright, 13 miles. $13.5. And 14. Start the turn. Start the recording. Recording's on. Turn is started. We're coming all the way back around to 288, which is the inbound course. We'll go back to ArcNav. Now I can't shoot a line, I believe, because we don't actually have an approach, but what we can do is arm the localizer. Our next altitude will be 8,200 feet. Which we can do as soon as we are trending towards the VOR. There's the red out going off for that terrain out there. That's why you guys don't want to go down when you can't. When you're not supposed to. All right, the DME is decreasing. Let's go ahead and start headed back down. Now I know it's 288 to join, but that's the inbound course. So I'm going to keep my heading about 315. To give myself an intercept here. I don't know why I keep getting that. You can see the glide slope is alive, but we do not want to follow the glide slope until you're established on the localizer. Inside of 12, we can go to 7,100. So we are 14 miles. Speed out star. I'm going to cheat a little bit more. Oh, there it goes. Captured. Loc is captured. So now we'll arm it up. Glide slope star, Loc star, Cat 3 dual, autopilot 1+2. We're on the approach. Go around. Altitude is. This approach to maintain minimum holding altitude, which is 9,000 feet. Why can't they just say that on the freaking chart? So minimum hold is 9 or 1,000. Ground altitude set 9,000 white. Glide slope. Per FAP speed 127. Can't even cancel that. I don't know why we keep getting that. High altitude, let's go ahead and begin configuring. Manage speed, touchdown is 5, 2,000 is 7. We'll go at 7,500, we'll drop the gear, runway's in sight. Standing by on the gear, we'll drop it at 7,500 feet. Sounds are coming up.
2,500.
Gear down. Oh, that's juice. That is so juice. VFE next, -10, flaps 3. Speed checks, flaps 3. Mate, M60, thanks for the $5 super chat, man. Appreciate you. Can you imagine how awesome career modes will be? Oh, dude. I really hope we have some solid third-party aircraft for career mode. Really, really hope. It has the potential to blow everything out of the water. If we can get the Dukes, man, or just some round gauge aircraft, even like the Cessna 310, I really hope we get something good. Look how blurry my terrain is. Gosh, this sim is terrible. I can see the frickin' crop rows that Fabiano's doing down there in Farming Simulator. I mean, this is unbelievable juice. Look at this. Was that some little proving ground for a racetrack there? I don't think there'd be trees in it, plus it's... man. Alright, let's stop killing our VRAM. Let's fly the approach. We are clear to land. Autopiloto is coming off. I mean, 0 wind, so cue the smasher, because there is 0 wind. But M68, my man, thanks again for the $5 super chat, dude. Appreciate you. Yeah, I can. Isn't that update supposed to be this month? There's supposed to be a big update this month for Sim 2024. I hope it opens Marketplace. I really do. Alright, I'm going to predict like a 250.
1,000.
1,000 feet stable, clear to land. I mean, it is stable as a rock. I feel like I'm flying the FS Labs. I feel like I'm P3D or 2020. Just kidding, don't get mad. Brace for impact. Brace.
400.
Brace.
400.
Double rat out there because we're going over buildings.
100 above.
Showing a little high on the Pappies. Looks like they're not coincident with the glide path.
Minimum.
Landing. We'll split the difference. We'll split the glide slope and the Pappies. We'll be low on slope, high on Pappies. Alright, we're going to go into Pappy mode here because I don't know where that glide slope is taking us. Just take her right down. 50 feet.
50.
Oh, bang on.
40. 30.
Oh,
20.
easy there, Tiger.
Retard. 10. 5.
Am I down? Oh, I thought I was down. I let it too early. I mean, there's no flow to that thing. You have to flare extra aggressive. Reverse green decel. I thought we were down. I'm bummed. We could have had a super greaser. Manual brakes. I don't know why the auto thrust is up. Which way is the terminal here? Is that the terminal? Should we just go to the hard stand? It's 12:16. For time purposes, we're gonna go to the hard stand over here because I gotta at 1 o'clock I have that meeting. So we're gonna, for time purposes, we're going left. We're gonna park right over here. It's a default scenery, y'all. We don't care about going to the default terminal. We pretend this was a repo flight. We're taking this thing straight to maintenance. We're taking this thing straight to the maintenance hangar. Oh, this doesn't even look like a taxiway. That's sassy. Alright, flaps coming up. Randy, I'll check again. I'll check. That's why we're going to park over here at the maintenance hangar, because I want to actually watch that whole replay out. Recording is stopped. So here's my prediction for the replay and landing. I thought we were actually on the ground, so I relaxed my back pressure and we kind of chunked it on. I thought we had the ultimate greaser, but we were like maybe a foot or two above. So I kind of just chilled and then we hit. Brakes are set. And we're not going to shut it down because we want to watch the replay. Clear. Let's go ahead and disconnect from the premiums. We'll go full screen cam. Let's that's set. Look at the flaps here once we get airborne. Replay mode, engage. We'll watch the full one from
Don't
later.
sink. Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink.
Alright, see how we did. I need to chunked it down. Yeah, this is a definition of chunked it down, in my opinion. We'll see here what the replay will be the final decider. Don't shink. What airplane were we flying that was like, don't shink? Oh, the Vision Jet. The Vision Jet. We're getting the don't shink going into Big Bear City. Having trouble putting fuel in the planes. I don't know if you have to use the EFB. Use the EFB, Zach. If you're flying the fly-by-wire, use the EFB to add your fuel. Use the EFB. Don't shink on tree 5. That's right, Andy B. Don't shink. Ringo Bravo Shear at 1 tree 5 tree on final runway 0 tree. Don't shink. Wind 09 or 5 at 1 tree. Let's watch it from the wing view first. Let's see how we did. Engine view. Judge by the sounds. See right there. I thought we were down. Oh, I don't know. It might be all right. It might be all right. There is zero float to this thing. Okay, come on. That's new chaos, right? Was this always there? I don't believe there was any modeling under the spoilers when the Adobe 320 first came out. I did get the 5 call out. All right, let's see. Maybe it wasn't as chunky as I thought. Oh, stow the speed brakes. That's right. We'll watch it on this one first. This one's not going to be synced up. That's right. Right? See, right there. See? Yeah, see? I did let it down. Watch this. You're going to have to watch it in slow-mo to actually catch it. So, right? I thought I was down, and then I just let go. And look, we're still about a foot off. And then we just hit. I thought I had it. Still pretty good, though. Let's watch the sequence in half speed. Make it look really buttery. Let's watch the whole sequence and rearm the speed brakes. Hold it. See, just hold it off. I thought I was down, and I just kind of let it come down, and we chunked. Oh, that sounds sick in slow-mo. Hold that nose off, pause it, get that normal speed. Yeah, right there. Oof, I mean, let me launch G's. Let's launch G's. Let's find out. What do you guys think? Let's see what G says. Yep, that is Boris Soundworks, man. Boris did the sounds to this airplane. It's incredible. Rearm the speed brakes, bring the power back out of the reverse detent. We got the right main first. See, yeah, I thought we were down. A 150. Oh, Flight Sim guy, you were so close. Yeah. It's because I thought we had already touched. All right. Still pretty cool. Let's wind it all the way back. Let's get the gear up. Let's put you guys, let's slow the speed brakes with flaps 2 when we cross the VOR, right? So you get the full replay. All right, we'll kill that. VRAM is dying. Sails coming up. Sounds are coming down. All right, y'all. Replay's up. Okay, here's the plan. I got to go do some stuff here at noon this afternoon. We're going to be back live with some very sealed logistics. We might fly the PC-12. We might fly the PC-24. We might fly on Vatsin. I mean, Aveo Premium, excuse me. We may go somewhere in the jungle. I don't know. I'll put a poll up in chat after this, or not in chat. I'll put a poll up on the channel after this stream concludes. Give me some direction of what we want to do this afternoon. But again, really enjoyed the fly-by-wire. I guess I got to update it here. Maybe that'll fix some of these little bugs we had. Nothing game-breaking, though. Still worth it. Really enjoy hand-flying this airplane. If you have the AB9 base from Moza, make sure you go to the Discord and get the latest fly-by-wire 32MX profile. It really changes the way this airplane feels in flight, and it's great. It flies so well with that Moza base. I mean, it flew well even with my other bases too, but for Moza specific users, you want to make sure you get this updated profile. All right. Thank you all for tuning in this afternoon. Thanks for joining me a little bit early, and I will see y'all in a couple hours. So stay safe, stay healthy. I'm V1. See us in chat. A lot of new members. Thank you all for the support of the new member gifts. So get those see us in chat. I'll talk to you in a little bit. Stay safe, stay healthy. I'm V1. See you.